As a facilitator of Love and Logic curriculum through NOCE, we're often asked two questions. What is Love and Logic, and why should I take it? So let's take a look at what it is. Love and Logic was a small family-owned and operated business out of Colorado. And Jim Fay, who was an educator, and Dr. Foster Klein are the founders. Dr. Foster Klein is a child psychologist who was working very closely with foster parents that were taking in very emotionally disturbed and aggressive children. And Jim was quite a, let's call it drill sergeant educator, and realized very quickly that his authoritative nature was not working in the classroom nor at home with his children. So the two of them embarked on a longitudinal study where they researched and observed the foster parents that were doing very well with children that displayed extreme behaviors. And from that longitudinal study and studying parents that did it very well naturally and organically, the core concepts of Love and Logic were born. And so one thing that we find through this research-based material is that the concepts that run throughout all of the courses are things like learning to disengage in arguing with kids, so that we send a very powerful message in a loving way that we are strong enough to handle them at their best. We're also strong enough to handle them, when they're not their best, and that they're loved unconditionally through it all. We learn about the power of empathy and how empathy is different than sympathy, and how it keeps the heart and the mind open to learning so that kids learn from mistakes rather than continue to repeat them. We learn things like how offering lots of choices within limits satiates a very basic human need for control, and how a lot of the behaviors we see in kids sometimes is just them simply trying to meet that need of experiencing a sense of control over their academics or over their bodies or over their choices and their surroundings. And then we also learn things like guiding kids to own and solve their own problems, whether it's problems that they create for themselves or maybe problems somebody else is creating for them. Either way, giving that kid, guiding them towards owning and solving that problem gives them the gift of self-worth, self-esteem, resiliency, and understanding that they can. A unique experience as to why these classes are so special here at NOCE is that the newest Love and Logic courses, Love and Logic for adults supporting kids with special needs, and Love and Logic for kids with challenging pasts, we actually collaborated with the Love and Logic Institute in the development of those two curriculum. So that entailed Dr. Charles Fay, which is the president of Love and Logic, and Jim Fay's son, flying out here to meet with parents and educators and stakeholders in the community, parents of kids with special needs, adults who support kids that come from trauma or have high ACE scores, adverse childhood experiences. What do they need? What would they have liked to have seen? And what can they use moving forward? So it's a very special and unique opportunity to take these Love and Logic courses here at NOCE, where we actually had a hand in the development. We hope to see you soon.